Right, my explainer tonight focuses on recent cases of robberies in the country in which the victims were drugged to incapacitate them. From the case of Dr. Stella Bosire to the robbery in Narok in which the suspects were cornered and nearly beaten by a mob, to cases reported in Mombasa. Now, with all of these cases, the MO is the same. Victims claim that they were approached by strangers who looked like decent people. The strangers ensure physical contact with the victim, either through a handshake or being handed a business card. Shortly after, they experience nausea, wobbly knees, and then they lose consciousness. When they come to, they find that they've been robbed with absolutely no recollection of what happened. Now, the police, through spokesperson Charles Owino, confirmed reports of these incidents, especially in Nairobi's central business district. But just what drug is involved? How does it work? And how can you take precautions to keep yourself and your loved ones safe? Well, for starters, it's hard to tell which drug it is, as some of the victims don't report to the police or go to the hospital right away. And this is because the side effects of the drug used wear off with time with no lasting effect. In addition, the drug completely breaks down in the body after some time, leaving absolutely no trace behind. However, Dr. Menge, who is a toxicologist and chief pharmacist at Kenyatta National Hospital, and Dr. Fred Sioi, the CEO of the Pharmacists and Poisons Board, both tell me that this could be some type of anesthetic based on the symptoms that have been described by the victims. Both are, however, very keen to point out that they cannot tell us definitively which drug it is, as tests need to be done to confirm it. But all the symptoms do, however, point to the possibility of a drug known as ketamine. Ketamine is a prescription drug that is used as an anesthetic. Ketamine is a prescription-only drug that is used to put patients to sleep before going into theater for surgery. It is also a very potent painkiller to enable patients manage pain after a surgical procedure. Now, it is not readily available even in a hospital setting. It's only available to specific medical personnel who are directly dealing with surgery. This is what I'm told. Ketamine and the effects of it as an anesthetic used in the proper setting are short-term memory loss, loss of consciousness, increased production of saliva and tears, and a brief moment of euphoria or highness, and most importantly for the robbers, loss of free will. However, ketamine is also a drug that is often abused, and for the very same effects it has in theater, such as hallucinations, a sense of euphoria, as we've said, that feeling of being high. And when it is abused on the street, it has a few street names like Kit Kat, Special K, Vitamin K. And this is why it is highly controlled and not available over the counter, and even restricted within the hospital setting. Now, what makes it very potent as a drug used by thugs is that it can exist in various forms. As a gas, it can also dissolve in a liquid, and in liquid form, get this, it is tasteless and is therefore often used to lace drinks, meaning that your drink would not taste unusual. Now, I want to emphasize once again that the experts we spoke to from the Kenyatta National Hospital and the Pharmacy and Poisons Board have both declined to be categorical in confirming which exact drug it is that is being used by the thugs. I know you've read reports about scopolamine as well. In fact, the board says to me that they have sent their officials to Narok to interrogate the suspects who were arrested to see if they can get the samples from them. But they, together with the police, have some tips to help you stay alert and safe even whilst the investigations are ongoing. Now, this is what they advise. They say, number one, a common sense approach when dealing with strangers. The police say that there is absolutely no need to shake hands with strangers. you still can assist them without necessarily coming into close contact with them. Also, the authorities are warning you to be careful of where you buy and consume food and drinks. Also, do not leave your food and drinks unattended. Here's an important one. If you think you may have been drugged, shout for help before you lose consciousness, or walk to the nearest shop or premises or anybody and alert them of what has happened to you. But what about if you see someone that may look like they're in distress or look like they've been drugged? Well, you are advised to take them away to a quiet place, give them room and air and a safe space in which to recover from the effects of the drug whilst you alert the police. Most of all, try not to panic, stay safe, and be aware of your surroundings.